Yeah, Dick Trickle was pretty much everybody's hero. Anybody from my age and up and a little down from my age, even just a staple of racing in the Midwest.
Man, he taught me so much about race cars, and I'll give you. He always told me, he's like, if the front's junk, you work on the front. If the back's junk, you work on the back. Don't stop messing yourself up. So he was a pretty cool guy, man.
I started watching Dick race when I was 3 years old and raced around here and Dells and all over the Midwest. I knew he was good, but then I didn't really realize how good he was until I was a teenager and he started racing all over the United States and winning pretty much everywhere he went. And, just the privilege of watching him race all through my youth and early adulthood was just amazing. And, I knew he was a great racer, but he was a great friend of my dad and my brother and I. And, I just realized now that he was basically the greatest racer of all time, bar none.
This is a really cool race here tonight. It's super exciting. You talk to everybody, they say this is the one right here to watch. And I was lucky enough to win it 4 times. I think I won it twice when Dick was still with us here, and just standing up on stage with him, winning that race that honored him was pretty amazing.
Indeed. Perhaps the greatest short track driver of all time, Dick Trickle. And Dick is the namesake for this Trickle 99 here on Friday night of Fest. We'll introduce you to the top, the drivers that will start in this first segment of the Trickle 99. They are assembled on the front straightaway. You're watching a live look-in on our social media page, brought to us by our friends from Appalachian Sucker Punch. The Trickle 99 first segment is up next. We will show you, we're going to show you at least a few laps, maybe some more. All depends how much you share on social media to see if we might be able to give you the whole first segment. Hey, one of the guys who has been on a roll here this weekend, he's been looking stout, he's been looking good, is with our Matt Votty.
Good all weekend. Second last night in the Futures race. You were in a very intense battle. First off, take us through that. Have you caught your breath from last night?
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely a blast last night racing with everyone there. Just wish we were one spot better, but I think we have a good piece for tonight, and I think the goal is just going to be able to keep it in one piece and hopefully be there in the end.
All right, Tristan Swanson, first race in the Trickle 99. He's a 6-time winner at the Elko Speedway for the Legends this year, getting back in super late model competition with us at the Thunderstruck 93. He was very good there, very good last night. Maybe he can get himself into victory lane tonight.
Thank you, Matt. Tristan Swanson comes to us from Newmarket, Minnesota, 21 years of age. Yeah, they've had some problems here in 2025 under the hood. And, they hope they have got those squared away. They were able to rejoin us on the ASA Midwest Tour Trail last time out at Elko Speedway, their home track. There you see his dad, Gordy, adjusting the tire pressure on the right front there of that 91 machine. Tristan Swanson, really, really stout last night. Was really impressed by his performance. He will have some work to do in the Trickle 99. He will start, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7th row on the inside. Again, if you're watching our live look-in, we thank you. We're going to give you a few laps of the Trickle 99 here, get you a taste for what is yet to come. Eventually, we're going to ask you to roll on over to tracktv.com, tracktv.com, your online home for all things Oktoberfest here, all 4 days of the 56th annual Oktoberfest race weekend here at La Crosse, brought to us by our friends at El Bandido Yankee Tequila. The drivers in the first segment for the Trickle 99 on stage right now, having their class photo. And when that class photo session breaks up, Matt Votty will catch up and hear from a couple of more drivers that are in the field here tonight. That's a good-looking bunch, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. Some youngsters in there. Levon Vandergeest, Penn Sauter, Michael Hind. So again, all three segments of the Trickle 99. We'll go through the ground rules here after we meet the starting lineup. But all three segments, 33 laps in duration, and you want to finish lowest in all three segments. You're finishing, if you finish, let's say, first in the first segment, second in the second segment, second in the third segment, your score would be 5. Low score at the end of the three segments wins. I'll tell you what. If you're watching on this live look-in, this Appalachian Sucker Punch live look-in on social media, I'm going to make you a deal. If you share, I said I'd give you a few laps of the Trickle 99 first segment. If we get 75 shares, I'll give you the whole first segment on social media for free. So if you could share this on your social media outlet channels, if we get 75 shares, we'll go from a few laps to the entire 33-lap first segment that we'll give you on social media. If we get 150 shares, heck, we'll add in the area sportsmen as well. Their feature event. So again, we would ask you to share with your family, your friends, your followers on social media. If we get 75 shares, we won't cut off the live look-in. We'll keep it rolling all the way through the first segment. Matt Body is trying to chase down the guy who traded in a microphone for a steering wheel. Matt Body, what does Ryan Farrell have to say about this?
Well, he picked up on something on the video last night because he's sprinting away from me to get back to the car. You look pretty good in the last chance qualifier. What are you feeling for this Trickle 99?
Well, we got to get through the first 5 laps. As we discussed last night, it's a little hectic. Turn 1, you're always holding your breath. I think I'll breathe about turn 3, and if everything settles out, then you go back to trying to save your stuff as best you can while getting free spots while you can. If you're racing that hard, you know, this is 99 laps, but a lot of the game is saving that right rear tire for that last segment. If you burn it up in the first one, you're pretty much done.
All right, best of luck, Ryan Farrell.
Right,
behind the wheel of the 80 machine tonight.
Yeah, Ryan Farrell was on our broadcast last night in booth here, staying all night long. It was good to have him providing so much insight. He was in the booth for Track TV at Madison International Speedway. We got such a positive reaction. He had so much fun and was so good that we invited him back in the booth last night. But now he is going into his own workspace inside that number 80 machine. So we'll watch Ryan Farrell, friend of the show, shall we say, as he tries to work his way up to the front here in segment number 1.
I caught up with another driver, Grant Griesbach. The Summer of Grant, we have labeled 2025, continued last night with a win in that Futures race in the Trickle 99 here tonight against what you said, the big dogs. Are you ready?
I think we are. I didn't qualify as good as I'd like, but I think we got a good piece, and with three 33-lap races, hopefully we can run good in a couple of them. Hopefully just move forward from our 12th place starting spot here and see how the rest of the night shakes out. It's a long night ahead of us.
A long night focusing on the super late. He's going to get one step closer to a truck championship battle tomorrow night. That's Grant Griesbach.
Yes, the Summer of Grant, the Slinger Super Speedway track champion, the Wisconsin International Raceway track champion, the Red, White, and Blue state champion, battling for a Midwest Truck Series championship. And last night, the driver of that Cobblestone Hotel 17 machine takes the Futures victory. It certainly is the Summer of Grant. And here is a driver who we're going to ride along with tonight in the Trickle 99. Penn Sauter is with our Matt Body.
Yeah, we're going to get a chance to see your hands at work tonight, Penn Sauter. You were pretty good here also earlier this afternoon. What do you got to do to get yourself a cheese wedge tonight?
Oh, yeah, I think here it's going to be tire wear. You know, I blistered that right rear in 22 laps last night, just going as hard as you can. So, you know, it's just going to have average finishes in each segment is what's going to get you up front, and it's going to take a little bit of luck. But I feel confident in how we ended with our race run, and should be good.
All right, best of luck, Penn Sauter.
And there is the Oak Creek Automotive in-car camera of Penn Sauter. We're going to ride along with Penn in that number 5 machine, that T-Sport. Ricky Lemon trucking number 5. Another young gun as we work our way up the field. He'll start from the outside of row 3. He's your reigning Trickle 99 winner, and he's with Matt Votty.
How long did you have to hold on to that Trickle cheese wedge last year before you were finally able to get it in the trophy case?
Well, until I got to here this year, you know, since I get to do my 2 in a row, hopefully we'll see. I think those 2 will definitely be on my wall for a while.
Okay, so you got a pretty good piece. You guys have been working on it. Is this car as good as it was last year?
This is actually a different car. We took out the car that dominated last year, and we decided that it wasn't good enough. So we're hopefully this one is good in this race as it was last year, and we'll see.
The first car that won last year wasn't good enough, Dean.
Did he say that wasn't good enough?
Yeah, the car that dominated last year wasn't good enough.
Wasn't good enough. Okay, all right. Hey, Matt, I need security up here in the booth.
Uh-oh.
Can you send security up here in the booth? Some ruffian just rolled on in, and he sat down in the chair and he put a microphone on.
Does he have clothes on today?
Brock Heinrich, do you have clothes on today?
I've got clothes on today. I promise you that. No, it's Oktoberfest is rough. It's rough on a lot of us, but no, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be dressed, and I'm really looking forward to the night to watch some of the races.
I heard all you had on yesterday was overalls.
Yep. Hey, it's hot. We're not used to it being this hot. Come Oktoberfest, it's kind of miserable. We don't even have a breeze. I know it's a beautiful night for racing, but
it was a little hot today. I'm not going to lie. You know, I was a little roasty, but now it's nice. It's comfortable.
Oh yeah,
we're getting ready to go racing. Welcome, by the way, to the booth. This is Brock Heinrich, super late model racer from the central part of the state, coming to Oktoberfest. Going to try to make the 200. And then you said, "Hey, I'm not racing in the Trickle. I'll come up there and talk."
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I've been up top before and did some announcing at State Park Speedway with Kurt and B. Ash.
Really,
and,
really.
Really? I've had a lot of fun. I've done it at.
They let you on the PA.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm not as big of a potty mouth on the mic as I am when we're at the bar. I promise you that.
Great to have you with us here. This is a cool event. From a driver's standpoint, this is a cool event, isn't it?
This is probably the single biggest race, I think, in the state. The Trickle 99, the 3-segment show. In my opinion, it's always the hardest race to get in. We've had years where we didn't make it. I've had to race in before. And these are the best of the best, and it's important to all of us, and I think we all agree that this is probably one of the biggest races.
Hey, look at that! You're on the screen.
Oh, hi, Mom.
There you go. Did you watch last night, the Futures race and the Knights race?
Yes.
Your impressions of those 2 events, the 2 winners, Casey Johnson, Grant Griesbach.
Well, we started seeing a little bit of something with that outside line coming in.
Yep.
Watching Casey pull that off. I've never seen it really work here as easy as he made that look. Now I know it's not easy, but he showed a lot of muscle up top, and we're keeping that in the back of our mind going into the 200. That it's going to be a place that we might be able to try if the track starts getting rubbered in, and there might be speed up there. There
is Casey Johnson in that Hogan Farms number 5 machine. He will start from the outside of row number 2. Michael Hine to his inside. A Florida racer comes up here to Fest. He came last year to Fest. He must have liked it because he came back for a second year.
Yeah. And, you know, things didn't really go so hot for both him and I in last year's Trickle 99 because we were all piled up in Turn 1, and that stunk. I remember Well, I think they had a few cars. I haven't talked to those guys a whole lot, but I think they have a few cars. Mine obviously done for the weekend when
you just have the one.
We just have the one.
Yep.
So that was kind of it. We were going to run the whole thing, but it didn't work out. But he must enjoy it. I think he did pretty good in the 200.
He finished third in the 200.
Did he finish third?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
And last night for the Futures race, he was a fast qualifier.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
Man. Last night I really wish I would have behaved more.
Was it kind of?
I'm not. I remember watching, and it was a good race, but it's so cloudy. Everything's cloudy. Right?
Is that guy on screen? Is that a friend of yours with the haircut?
Now that's cool. What I like that jacket he's got. What is that?
It's like a leopard skin jacket, I think.
That is an
and he's on the big
right
screen
there.
too, so he's kind of enamored with it.
I like it. That's awesome. Just be different. That's my whole deal. Just
there
gotta
you
be
go.
different.
There you go. Yeah, we appreciate that. Matt Vadi, you were down on the grid. What's the vibe down there? What's the feelings down there?
Intensity. A lot of intensity from these guys. They're ready to go. I barely got words out of Tristan Swanson because he was laser focused, and that's kind of the MO from these guys. They know that you got to be up on the wheel for these 33 lappers. It's going to be a qualifying run essentially in this first one, especially the way that the invert played out where it's a straight-up start. So you know that the 39's got a really fast piece. You know the 23, the 5 after last night's got a really strong piece. So you got to get up there and get around with those guys.
Yeah, I don't know. Brock, I don't know if you caught the opening ceremonies when fast qualifier Andrew Morrissey rolled the die. Because it's a 33-lap sprint, promoter Greg McCartan said, whatever the number is, we're going to add 0 to it, and he rolled the 1. How often do we see in the Midwest here the fast qualifier roll from the pole?
It's not often, but what's cool about this race is things get inverted as they go on. If you're up front right off the bat, I think it's is it 10th? Is it 10th and beyond? Get inverted, and then it's straight up from behind there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. 10 plus whatever they roll, whatever the race 1 winner rolls, will be the invert for race number 2.
So things are constantly going to be changing here with these guys. I mean, he might take off in this first segment, but you never know. We don't know what that car is going to do in traffic. So if he's starting further back in the field, it could be a completely different show.
Ty Majeski not with us tonight. If you're watching on our live look-in, he's doing his full-time job today at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Roval. He said, Ty told me he will be back here late tonight. So he's going to be in the 200. He'll be in time for qualifying. There we go on board, upper left of our screen. The Oak Creek Automotive on board with Penn Sauter, and there he is. There's Penn in that T-Sport number 5. Hey, the pink 5 on the Penn Sauter machine. 25% of his winnings all weekend long. When he gets a top 10, 25% of his winnings is going to go to a breast cancer, a family in southeastern Wisconsin who is challenging breast cancer because Penn Sauter's grandma, Terry, is a 10-year breast cancer survivor. So Penn's giving back. That's the reason for the pink 5 on the side of that Penn Sauter machine.
Very cool.
Very cool indeed. Of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and great to have Penn involved in that splendid cause. All right, what's start of the Trickle 99? We heard Ryan Farrell say we just got to make it for the first few laps. What are these guys thinking now as we're getting ready to take the green?
The way that I've always approached the first segment is you've got to go hard. You got to get spots while it's easy getting the spots before everybody gets strung out. And then once things get strung out, you gotta save your tires because it's a 3-part race, and by the end of the race, it's going to be hard. The tires are going to be hard. Your equipment's not going to be there, so you got to get your points, get moving right off the bat at the start of the race, and then you just kind of have to feel it out. So I think this is the sprint right here, and then for the second segment, you'll probably see guys back it down a little bit. And then in the third, you kind of got what you got. And hopefully you got a good balanced car so it lasts.
We look at the ground rules here for the Trickle 99 on your screen. 333 lap segments. The winner, the overall winner, has the lowest point total. First, it'll get you 1 point. Second, it'll get you 2 points, etc. If you finish fifth, that's 5 points. You want a low number. Segment number 1, the lineup was determined. We're straight up. Your fast qualifier, Andrew Morrissey, goes from the pole. After that, we start looking at inverts and dice rolls, and and we fire up the IBM computers and figure out what the lineup's going to be. But right now, we know that driver, Andrew Morrissey, a 2-time winner of the Oktoberfest 200, will roll from the pole, and Levon Vandergeest, the 21-year-old from Merrill, Wisconsin, goes from the outside of row number 1.
And we've had this happen a couple times in the Trickle 99. In the event of a tie, it goes to the highest finisher of segment 3. That is the tiebreaker for the Trickle 99 championship. Looks like we are about ready to roll as the Pischke Motor Pace Truck will duck off the back straightaway. Going to hand the field to the 2011 Midwest Tour champion. And Levon Vandergeest and Andrew Morrissey bring us to green for the Trickle 99.
Morrissey got a great start. Michael Hind trying to get underneath Vandergeest. The second spot is up for grabs up the back straightaway. Derek Kraus inside of Casey Johnson.
I forgive you, Dean. It does look like an old Mark Kraus paint scheme. I love the old school side of the Kraus entry this weekend. Single file they go, trying to shuffle Levon out of line here.
Levon stuck up on the high side, holding strong, side by side with Michael Hind for the runner-up spot.
They got visions of splitting Morrissey there. They were both on the gas hard over in 3 and 4. Levon now just about up to the outside of Morrissey. Oh, we got some moving and Dyson going on up in the top 3. Johnson up top. We saw him make that big power move last night on the outside.
And again, this is really where it's important for these guys to get spots while the getting's good, because once things get strung out, they're all going to want to save their tires.
Jeff Storm got underneath Ty Fredrickson, moved Stormy up into the 6th position. On board Penn Sauter.
Sauter trying to work the outside of Kendrick Cryer. May try to cross him over here in 3 and 4. Good look at him.
Working the hands on Penn Sauter's machine. Brock Heinrich, what are those hands looking like? How's that 5-car handling, in your opinion?
That car looks really good right now. He's not fighting it too hard. He's probably just trying to relax. He's not putting too much wheel into it. That's going to make that car last a lot longer than if you're seesawing on there. So I think that car looks really balanced. I would expect to watch him or expect to see him come through the field.
Up front, Andrew Morrissey maintains a 1-car length advantage over Levon Vandergeest and Michael Hind. Top 3 start to get away just a tick.
Right behind them, Casey Johnson's looking the inside of Kraus there. Looks like he's going to get there. And we'll see how hard Derek's going to fight him because, again, a lot of tire savings here. That's all I'm thinking about when I'm in the car for this race. You got to save the tires, but you got to get the spots while the getting's good.
Oh, and Vandergeest wants the lead to the rear bumper of the 39.
Yeah, and behind them, Casey was down in the grass trying to get by Kraus.
That's so hard to maintain your position on the bottom going into 1 because it's flat on the bottom underneath the seam. It's flat and there's a big bump there. So if he didn't back out, there's potentially getting in an accident right away. So it was smart to back off, but now Michael Hind is sniffing the back, looking to make a pass.
Michael Hind takes a peek down to the inside on Levon Vandergeest. Morrissey able to hold on to the lead. Bottom right, Fredrickson and Stormy continue their battle inside the top 10, just outside the top 5.
Fredrickson sideways underneath Storm, trying to take that spot away to get into the top 6.
And when he does, it looks like muscles his way past, and he's going to go after Casey Johnson now. About 10 car lengths further ahead.
36 of Ty Fredrickson, bottom right, that black car with the pink numbers. Your Trickle 99 winner 1 year ago at the ripe old age of 15. Now he's 16.
He's legal to drive now.
And he's legal to drive.
Casey's still working over Derek Kraus pretty hard here for the 4th spot. Has not been able to get up alongside of him just yet. He's got a nose on him going into 1. Kraus using that top rope, the momentum, and he'll get back away from Casey Johnson.
It's a very interesting track. Just the fact that it's flat on the bottom in 1 and 2, and there's a bump. But there's also a lot of banking coming out of turn 2. So you really have to have a good handling car to make it stick if you're going to set up the pass in turn 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is a little bit easier, but Casey Johnson eventually does get away there.
Yeah, he may have gotten the 9 car loose just a tick and then dove under him up the front straightaway, did Casey Johnson. Derek Kraus now is going to be under assault from Ty Fredrickson.
Yeah, it didn't take long for Ty to get back up there and enter that little battle, but that's what happens when you're racing side by side. You lose a lot of time on the racetrack.
We talked about it last night with Ryan Farrell, how this place, more than any other track, will make it look like it's a huge gap, but one little slip and that gap can get erased really quickly. Fredrickson going after Kraus to get inside the top 5.
And, you know, Kraus might be saving his stuff right now, too. There's no point in using everything up right off the bat. I know he's got a good car. Just needs to manage it, and we know he knows how to do that. He's got experience in the truck series, managing equipment, and we know he's definitely in shape to the point where he can think the race through.
And the 36 has experience, too. Even though he's just 16 years of age, Ty Fredrickson has his dad, Dan, in his ear. Dad has won 4 of these Trickle 99s. So that 36 camp, they know how to get it done here in this segment and in this whole event on Friday night of Fest.
And some of this, as you're talking about Kraus managing this race, are you trying to sit in the 4th, 5th, 6th spot to kind of make sure you get a low number of points, but you also can be in that invert for race 2?
Exactly. That's exactly what he's thinking through right now. He might be thinking of other things. I mean, it's when you're out there and you're busy, not a whole lot is on your mind. But he's seasoned. Here's a good pass on the outside. Look at this.
Yeah, Fredrickson rolled on the outside of Kraus there. Going to make that one look easy.
And like we saw yesterday with Casey Johnson making that pass on the high side and eventually going on to win, there's something up there. So it'll be interesting to see as the race goes on where these guys are putting the cars.
Stormy in the 25 is going to take a peek top shelf, trying to get around Derek Kraus. Derek backpedals, gives Stormy the spot, move Jeff Storm up into 7th.
Well, it looked like when Casey was on the back bumper of Derek, they were really struggling with plowing the front end, and he's still fighting that because he's just slower through the corner than these other guys.
And this battle up in front of it is Casey Johnson. He's gotten away from this group to 1.4 seconds. There's Penn Sauter, gets underneath Kendrick Pryor, moved Penn Sauter up into the 8th spot.
Still got a really good battle out front with Morrissey and Levon. Levon's going to take a look to the bottom, not quite. That's where that banking coming out of turn 2 is really important on the outside.
Levon a car length off of Morrissey as we come down to 10 laps to go. Morrissey has led all of them so far. He was your quick qualifier for the Trickle 99. Second night in a row here. That 39 has been pretty sporty at Oktoberfest.
Is that 39 car managing the lead right now?
He very well could be. He's keeping Levon just close enough to where he can't jump to the bottom. But if his car is as good as it looks right now, he could pull away if he wants to. And that's what I'm thinking. It might not necessarily be what's going on, but I know he's been doing this for a long time, and he's another one of those drivers that...
DeBoer and Holshausen.
No. Corey Jankowski gets a piece in the late going. We were going split screen there on our track TV coverage, keeping an eye on the battle between Jared DeBoer and Skylar Holshausen, and DeBoer just got underneath the 78 going down into corner number 1, got loose and couldn't keep it off the 78.
I hate wrecked race cars. That hurts my feelings. It really does.
Let's take a look at our Hoosier Tire replay. This replay brought to us by Hoosier Tire. Here we are going down the front straightaway into 1.
Yeah, you see they're both kind of fighting over the same real estate. It looks like there's more racetrack there than there is because that seam kind of marks where you want to be. Oh, you see
Jankowski.
Jankowski just got in there a little bit late. But, yeah, looking at the replay here, they're both going for that same little spot on the where you see the groove there, and it's very sensitive. The cars get upset over that bump all the time, and I think that was just one of those racing deals, and it's too bad.
And the 78 machine of Skylar Holshausen will take it back into the pit area and to the trailer. Our Appalachian Sucker Punch aerial footage. And Jared DeBoer is going to tap out.
Do we have tap out?
In the ASA Midwest Tour this year, we do. It's
okay.
First year for that. You gotta bone up on these rules, my friend.
I haven't ran the tour in a while. The last time we ran tour was at State Park before that track closed. So, I mean, I think I'd try to tap out anyways, but I know for a while the tour did not have it, and I guess it's, like you said, new for this year, which is good. It is
new for this year, yep. So how the tap-out rule works here in the upper Midwest is Jared DeBoer came by the start-finish line, tapped his hand on his roof. We call it the tap-out rule. He is taking blame for that caution. Normally what happens, if you're involved in the caution, all parties involved goes to the back. Jared DeBoer says, that was on me, that was my fault. Don't send those other guys to the back. I did that. I'll go to the back.
And again, it's a lot of times the right thing to do, but just a racing deal, obviously. It's hard to describe how the corner entry is here. You almost have to be on the track to see where that limit of where you can put the car. If you go below that limit, you're bottoming out really hard, and then you're driving up into the cars anyways. Those guys were kind of right where they needed to be. Over the bump, the car got upset. They made contact, and we had a little bit of a dilemma there.
Cone is out. The cone determines when you go by the cone, you get to pick the inside or the outside. Andrew Morrissey picked the inside. Levon Vandergeest, the outside.
9 laps to go in this one. 24 complete officially in this first segment of the Trickle 99. Andrew Morrissey has paced all 24 of them so far. Lights are out on the Pischke Motor Pace truck, and we'll be back to green next time by.
We don't have the tap-out rule. I was just informed by Race Control. On board, Oak Creek Automotive on board. The T-Sport number 5 of Penn Sauter as we get ready to go back to green. Andrew Morrissey paces the field off of corner number 4, and we're back underway.
Be interesting to see if Casey Johnson can stick with these guys. Now we saw him closing in, but now he's right there.
Michael Hind moves up into the 3rd position, and Casey looks to the outside of Hind. Levon once again to the rear bumper of the 39.
Hind crossed him up beautifully there. Now you see right there, he decides to duck back in line as to not go over that big bump and one.
Yeah, Levon closed the door on the 69 going down into corner number 1. That allowed Andrew Morrissey to get away by a couple of car lengths.
Kind of accordion those cars behind him allowed Ty Fredrickson to take a shot at Casey Johnson here. Top 5 stepping away a little bit.
Penn Sauter making a whole bunch of headway on the outside, going around Kraus and now working on Jeff Storm.
Bryce Miller with smoke out the back of the 11 machine.
Oh, man.
That kid's had a tough year.
Sure has, hasn't he?
See if it's engine smoke or maybe there's a panel rubbing. But he doesn't need any more bad luck, that's for sure. Ooh, I don't like that.
That looks like the rear end might have been shifted over.
Very true.
He's going to try to limp it to the finish here.
Part of the Kawicki Driver Development Program has Paul Andrews, former championship, NASCAR Championship, Cup Series Championship crew chief, with him here this weekend. Does Bryce Miller. Back up front. When we cross the line, there will be 4 to go for Andrew Morrissey.
And he's really pacing himself good. You see now he's got a little bit more of a gap over Levon. Really good-looking car right now. We'll see what he can do in the next segment if he does pull this first one off.
It looks to me, Brock, that these top 5 are kind of all sitting here content with scoring what they've got in segment 1.
Well, there's a lot of racing left to go. So I think they all got in the back of their mind that, hey, maybe this is fine for now. Let's not burn anything up. We'll make the adjustments we need to make, and then we'll go hit it hard in the next one. 2 to go.
I'm making my scorecard here with 2 to go. Andrew Morrissey the first to see the popsicle sticks from starter Tom White. But a car length advantage is the advantage that he has over second running Levon Vandergeest. The top two gotten away a little bit from Michael Hind off of 4. Morrissey will see the white flag.
But Vandergeest put some pressure on him off of 4. He may try to take a shot at him.
And Morrissey has that big, strong drive off as he opens it up by about 3 car lengths. Now, I think Levon found that he's content where he is, and he'll go hit it hard in the next race.
Andrew Morrissey off of corner number 4. Morrissey wins segment number 1. Vandergeest, Michael Hind, Casey Johnson, Ty Fredericks in your top 5. Penn Sauter comes back to run 6th.
Penn showed a lot of strength there at the end of the race. It'll be interesting to see what he can do in the following segments. I think that car doesn't need any adjustments at all. He was on the move, just needed some more time.
So for you folks scoring at home, Andrew Morrissey is going to get a 1. And Levon Vandergeest will get a 2. It'll go up 1 marker for each position. Andrew Morrissey will get a chance to roll the dice again. As you can see, fall is in the air and the leaves of the Oktoberfest starting to pack the grills. It did the same thing on Friday night last year, Dean.
Well, 'tis the season.
'Tis the season.
I think that car's running pretty good yet, though, too. I know they're very sensitive with heat, and we no longer are able to run tape. But with the leaves on the grill, these cars heat up quick, and it's just one of them things that make this race special. You got to watch for that. You don't want to be up in the stuff, and when you're out front by yourself, you're the first one to get to those leaves when they're on the racetrack. So maybe that's helping them. A little bit more downforce in the front.
Have you been on track yet this weekend?
Yes, we have.
How's your car?
We are really happy with it. We were actually going to practice yesterday if we needed to, but we found everything that we thought we wanted to find, and it was pretty good.
Let's go downstairs and hear from our winner of segment number 1, Andrew Morrissey.
Of segment 1 of the Dick Trickle 99, Andrew Morrissey. Tell me now, Vandergeest had a couple of looks. How do you maintain pace and still try and save tires up front?
Yeah, that's it. I just listening to my spotter and trying to maintain a little gap, just trying to save his tires as much as I can. Hopefully that pays off later. But, yeah, we got a good car. 23 is pretty good, too. Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
Now, you're going to set your fate here because now number 1 ain't going to save you. It'll get you closer to the front, but talk about what you need to do in the second segment because you're going to start anywhere from 11th to 16th on the next segment.
Yeah, really just got to just get up as far as you can, and that's all you can do. You just got to race your butt off all night long and pass as many cars as we can here.
All right, go grab that die. Let's see where you're going to sit for the next. Oh, you want to do the picture first? Okay, let's get out of the way here. Get my fat body out of the way. Segment 1 of the Dick Trickle 99 of 2025, 56th annual Oktoberfest race weekend in the books. Now, Andrew, we'll get your trophy. You go ahead and roll that die, buddy. Let's see how lucky you are. Off the wall. Holy cow, he rolls a 3. He'll be rolling off 13th in the next segment. Give up your first segment winner, Andrew Morrissey.
So
I love the comment there, and Brock, I want you to chime in. Morrissey says, you've got to race your butt off all night long. And I think that's what people love about this format and about this race.
It's going to be really, really, really interesting now because the next segment is where I always believe all the racing is. Now the cars that were fast in the first segment all get mixed up and they're in the back of the pack. They are going to have to drive their hearts out just to, they don't even necessarily need to win this if they're going for overall points, but everything changes now. So it'll be interesting to see.
So 13 is going to be the invert for race number 2. That will make Brazen Bennett and Tristan Swanson your front row with Kendrick Cryer and Brian Sierkeski and then the remaining rundown.
Hey, we've got some folks watching on our live look-in and checking in. We appreciate that. Our Appalachian Sucker Punch live look-in. Keith Vercauteren from Milwaukee. He wants to see Levon Vandergeest get a win this weekend. Ashley Cowan from Janesville cheering for Casey Johnson. Lake Mills is checking in with Bob Kleinsteiber. Hope I didn't butcher that one too much, Bob. But Lake Mills, Bob, we appreciate you. And let's see here. Starting, let's see. Got a lot of people checking in. And it's good to have that. Mario Franzen from Elko, Minnesota, checking in. Okay. All right. We didn't get enough shares to show you this area sportsman last chance race. Last chance race. So we will be shutting off our live look-in. But we would love to have you go over to tracktv.com. Tracktv.com. Get yourself signed up. We've still got 2 segments left of the Trickle 99. We've got 2 features for the lacrosse late models coming your way. And then if you sign in and log in to tracktv.com, you'll also get Saturday and Sunday of Fest. And you're even going to get, with your monthly subscription, you're going to get the Winchester 400 from Anderson Speedway. So a lot on the line there. We're going to shut the Appalachian Sucker Punch live look-in off in just a sec, and we need you to go over to tracktv.com.
Better than a bootlegger. Way better than a bootlegger. Pretty good. Very blueberry. Highly recommend this to anybody out there. It's pretty good. 10 out of 10 right there.
I think it's delicious. I had the peach, I had the grape at Five Flags. Trying the pina colada right now. Feels like I'm on the beach somewhere.
5-Star Bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials. Tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-Star.
And welcome back to the 56th Annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend, powered by our friends at El Bandido Yankee Tequila. The area sportsman last chance race is on.